Welcome back to Road to Abundance podcast, guys. I've been absent. We'll get into it, but I want to give you a life update. Why was I absent from social media? Why did I take a break? I became a dad too. My little princess is 9 months old. How is it to be a dad? What's my current mindset, state of mind? We're going to talk about all that because I know there's a lot of people out there, especially dads out there, that are having the same issue as me. A lot of my clients are having the same issue as me. And I'll be fully transparent because as a coach, that's what I owe you guys and I owe my client, because I want you to understand that it doesn't matter if you have money. It doesn't matter if life seems good. It doesn't matter what you see on social media. It's not always what it seems to be. And personally, when I don't feel my best, I don't feel like producing content and being fake online and lying about and making you believe that everything is good. So that's why I want to make an update. Now we're back. We're going to be posting on social media. We're going to be starting back the podcast. I have another guest scheduled for tomorrow. So there's a lot of things that's going to happen this year. And let's go back to the story, like what happened. So I moved to Canada, to LA in 2020. I was going to United States for a long period of time. When I moved, I was making around 150K. And I increased my salary close to $600,000 a year. But at some point, I felt like I was stagnating, and this current situation in LA was not serving me. Because what you have to understand is your environment and the people that you hang out with and your circle is gonna dictate who you become. And it's gonna also help you with your state of mind. So yes, you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang out the most with. And when I left Canada, I left all my friends, which are all amazing people, all entrepreneur, and I went into that crazy Los Angeles vibe. And I had good friends. I still talk to Matt and Teo, and those guys are amazing. But for me, it was too much social media. So all the guys are doing social media. They're all doing TikTok Live. And I've been a content creator for 12 years, 13 years now. So it was exhausting for me. Like most of them were new on social media or newer, like Eddie, like Teo. So they were really hyped about it. And when I arrived in LA, I got 4 million followers real fast on TikTok within 4 months. And it kind of burnt me because I didn't see myself doing that for a long time. So long story short, I was like, I need to move out of LA. I need to change my environment. And I thought Miami was it, you know? And I hesitated between a few places. I picked Miami, no taxes. It was nice. But then what happened in Miami, price got crazy. Everybody moved there. So it wasn't the same vibe as I was used to. And I really didn't like it. But I met Sally, which at the time I was just starting to see. And a lot of things happened when I tried to move in Miami. Like, if you believe in the law of attraction and everything that's happening, and sometimes it's telling you a message, and I just kept fighting. And sometimes fighting and going against, not sometimes, all the time going against the flow is not gonna work, okay? It's just not gonna work. So when I arrived in Miami, I got my money stolen on a house, almost 24,000. I was able to recoup thanks to Chase 16,000. From a certified check that we canceled right before they cashed in. They still stole $8,000. And I ended up living with Sally for a little while. So we got closer. We ended up being together. And then I was like, okay, I don't like being in Miami downtown. Let's move suburb. And prices of houses were extremely high. So just to give you an idea, I got this house, a very normal house. I mean, very normal. It was a nice house, but we were paying almost $8,000 in rent. Crazy price for a house that doesn't worth it. So it was exhausting paying super high price for a house that we didn't genuinely like. And the thing is, the price got so high, and I had my stuff shipped from LA, so it was a little too late to change like where I was gonna move. And we were in our 1 bedroom, and we needed to move out. And during that time, I didn't really train because there was no gym that I liked in the area. I didn't have a gym partner. I didn't really have a community. And that's where I want to come with the environment and the community, and where you feel your best in order to have what you want in life and your goal in life. And that's really important, okay? Community is everything. So after Pembroke, I was tired of paying super high. So we moved to another house by the beach, but it wasn't it for me. It was just going down and down, and I kept calling my friend in Canada. I was like, guys, like, I just can't take this. Like, I really don't like it. I'm thinking about maybe moving back to you guys or I need to change my environment because I'm feeling depressed. I don't believe in depression. I believe in a state of being and a state of mind that is depressed. So what is that? It's very important that you understand this. It's when for a long period of time that every day you have negative thinking. So it's not that you're in depression, it's that your loop and your habit and who you are as a person has changed. So you start being negative, you start not inclining towards your best self. You just start seeing all the negative on everything. You're not grateful. So it's kind of a stack of habits that are negative. I wasn't training no more. I was gaming. I was not doing what I was supposed to. I didn't feel like taking new client. There's a lot of things that happened. I became a dad, which I truly love, but I felt alone. Didn't have any friend in Miami. I tried connecting with people, but it was just not working. I felt like nothing was working, and I got really negative. That's why I left social media. Because if I'm gonna coach people and if I'm gonna be someone, I can't pretend that everything is nice in my life. And until I feel my best, I cannot be the best coach possible. So I finished the client that I had. I got them the best result. Everybody had amazing result. Super excited for them. But I didn't feel like coming online and lying. So that's one thing that I feel like all the gurus are doing. They're showing you all the stuff, smoke and mirror. I don't want to be one of them. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm always trying to be 100% honest of how I feel and who I am and what I'm doing. So yeah. Now what has changed? When we had to move for Miami, I was just like, Florida is not it for me. I really don't feel myself. And I had a calling. I did meditation. And I did multiple meditation and also the shroom. If you know what it is, you know. And I had this calling to go to Austin, Texas, which is where I am right now. We flew down a month and a half before the lease is done. And we came see houses. There's so many beautiful houses. And then we got a house that is right next to the gym that I wanted to train because I knew that community would be like-minded people. So the gym is on it. Just love the gym, guys. I've been going 10 days on 10. I'm going to go today. It's the 11th day. I told myself since I didn't train for a while, I'm going to do 55 days. And I want you to follow that challenge with me. If you're not motivated, you can go on my Snapchat, Mike.Chabot. Every day I'm going to be posting. I'm going to be there. I'm going to train or I'm going to stretch or I'm going to do ab workout. There's always something that's going to happen because it has to happen. You know what I mean? So the thing for me, I'm a creature of habit like most human beings. So when I'm not into my habits, do you need to do cold plunge? Do you need to train? Do you need to do all that to be successful? No. You could make money and not do all that. Do I truly believe that you need all that in order to be happy and successful and abundant in every sphere of your life? Yes, I truly believe it to my core, and I've seen it with every successful CEO that I train. Because I took people that made 100 million, they were completely depressed until they started doing that stuff. And person thought it was woohoo before they start doing it. And every successful entrepreneur that I know get into that path at one point, because at some point money is not enough. So do you need an amazing routine to feel your best? I would say yes. That's why I do the plunge. That's why I do the workout. That's why I do what I do. But one of the key components, especially as a man, is community. So if you can't find it where you are, you can find it online. I'm going to start the Men's Elite Society, which is a community for men to come. I'm going to start hosting retreat, breath work, dedicated for men, because I want to help you out there, okay? It doesn't mean that I don't coach women. It doesn't mean that I don't do anything for women, but personally, I love to work with men, and I feel my best, and I understand your situation, especially dads, because now I'm a dad, and I know what it is to deal with a business and being a dad. So your environment and your community is key. I think it's the best I've felt right now in years. And right now I'm not making the most money. So I had like 2 years ago is when I was making the most money. I was making between 80 to 90,000 a month. Life was good. Life was like moving fast. And then I quit like kind of social media influencer and all that stuff. And then I joined a new venture, which was coaching. I had to learn exactly that I wanted to do. How could I serve people the best? So that was like a crazy new journey. It doesn't mean that everything you do is going to be successful. I had some success, some up and down. I tried building team. It wasn't as successful as I thought, as fast as I thought, but it was a lesson in life. Like everything can't go extremely fast. And then I started that new journey that you see behind, which is the Shilajit and Mind Hack. I wanted to start this for so long, and I felt like just coaching was not serving my creative self, because I like to create, I like to innovate, and I wanted that company for the last 10 years. So now I did it, and now I'm gonna manage this. I'm gonna manage the coaching and the supplements. So I have my creative being served in one point, and that's when you can mix passion with business. So for men, I have people, and it's the same for women. When I say for men, if you're a woman listening to the podcast, you can do the exact same thing, okay? Community is key. You want to have people, good people that surround yourself to elevate yourself even more. And women gonna be looking maybe for a different thing in a community than a man. I know my wife has a woman community. So if you're an entrepreneur right now and you want to be surrounded with other like-minded girl that gonna boom it, you can reach out to Sally. She's gonna help you. If you're a man, I can help you. I can change your life, that's for sure. I know the formula. Now, if you're not in the right environment, we can change that. So what you wanna look first is, what is your goal? If you don't have goal, you don't know where you're going. And that's one thing that for me was really hard, and that's what I was explaining to my wife. When I manifest in life, when I want something in life, when I have goals, for me it starts with, it's not really monetary goal. It's more like what I want to build, where I see my future. And if I don't know where I want to live, for me, it was really hard. Okay, so now I know I'm going to be installed in Texas. I can see myself living here for a long time and building here. So now it's going to be way easier for me to create my future. And you're going to see, guys, it's going to go real fast. Because now I'm dedicated. Now I have my purpose. Now everything is aligned. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like myself, and I feel like I'm back to help people and be my best version. So what is your goal? And I'm not talking about your small goal, like, oh, I want an M4, I want this. What is your goal? What would be your dream life? Like, if tomorrow you would get the most amount of money to do whatever you want to do, what would you do? I know that for myself, I would still have the company. I would still look to improve human being, their mind, their body. I would still try to, I would still host retreat. I would still do the work that I do as a coach because I'm passionate about it. So if you can mix your passion with a way to generate money, and I have a video on this that you do a list, that is the best way to do. So what is your biggest goal? What would be your dream life? Once you have that, you can reverse engineer on smaller goals, like yearly goal, then monthly goal, then weekly goal, then daily goal. Then we're gonna reverse engineer into daily action, okay? So your goals. The next thing we wanna look at is the belief system, okay? So what is your belief system? And that is very easy to see if you wanna put them on paper, is when you're gonna set all your goals and what you want in life, whatever negative thought is coming, those are all limiting belief, okay? So let's say I'm like, I wanna build that company that is gonna be worth $20 million. And then there's that voice in your head. We all have that voice. Gonna be start talk shitting. Who are you to build that company? The imposter syndrome, you're not good enough. All that voice is telling you is belief. It's gonna be so hard for you to build that. It's gonna be, you're not gonna have money. Whatever you hear, put it on a paper. That's gonna be the first thing, okay? So goal, belief. Then you have positive and negative belief. And a belief, you wanna ask yourself, does it serve me? Does that belief serve me for the person I wanna become? Because all we're trying to do here is shape your new identity. This is the key. Knowledge is good, but mindset and identity is key. So after that, we want to know, what is your purpose and value system? So what do you value in life? Could be respect, could be integrity, could be authenticity. As you can see, I'm a very authentic person. I value honesty. So I don't mind sharing that I was vulnerable, that my mindset was not at its best. And even though I coach it, sometimes I have my down too. So that's what I value in life. So you make your value system, your purpose. What do you feel like you want to do in life? And then the last thing you want to do is build an environment that is serving you. So right now, if you don't like your environment and you can move. Like this, as simple as that. Like for me, when I didn't like it in Canada, I moved to LA, and then my income went 5x. Then I moved to Miami, was in the best for me, reduced. Now I'm gonna move to Texas, and I'm gonna be thriving better than ever before. Because everything in life is coming from you. Everything in life is a reflection of who you are and how you feel. There's an amazing book that I have on the library over there. It's called Think and Grow Rich. And in Think and Grow Rich, if you really dissect down the book, it's more like feel and grow rich. And that's what everybody is saying. So he has this conceal in his head. So he's visualizing everything. The thing is, you need to feel good on a daily in order to have what you want. You probably also heard from the book and the movie, The Secret and all that thing. And then you're going to be like, Mike, this is all bullshit. Let me explain you. It's not bullshit. It's called the law of attraction. It's a law. It's like saying that the law of gravity doesn't work. Try walking off your roof and tell me that the law of gravity doesn't exist. Like, you're going to fall down real hard. So the law of attraction is working. Now, why is it not working for you? Like, why are you not having the result? We can look at it. So how you feeling on a daily is going to dictate what you manifest, what you bring in your life, okay? Because you need to bring it from a vibration standpoint to your life. So let's make it more tangible for you. Often we're going to start doing, let's say, gratitude journal. So you get my Road to Abundance gratitude journal. You start writing every day why you're grateful, and you focus on your goal. And that is what, maybe 5 minutes out of your day, 10 at best. And maybe you do a meditation, and at the end of the day, 30 minutes of your day was focused on your goal, your thoughts, and being positive. And this is all science, guys. It's been proven. It's been proven so many times that everything is vibration, and it's really working that way. But the rest of the day, you're being negative. And then you're like, it's not working. I'm not getting what I want. And on top of it, you do it for very short term. So let's say you're 35 years old. You've been negative for 34 years of your life. Now it's your first 2, 3, 4 months of doing those new habits. And you're like, it's not working. Just because it doesn't come as fast as you wanted, it's not working. But the thing is, maybe you're positive just 30 minutes a day. And the reason, I know for a fact that the reason why I didn't get what I wanted in Miami is because I wasn't feeling good. I was not in a great mindset space. Mentally, it was not the best. I just didn't like the environment. I didn't like the situation I was in. And when I was in LA, it was totally different. I always wanted to live in LA. I started making good money, and the more I was feeling good, the more I was attracting opportunity and money. And someday a company called me, give me $50,000 like that. Like, you have things happening in your life. I didn't even see it coming. Like, they call me, they're like, yo, Mike, we want to work with you. We're going to give you 50G. And I'm like, cool. Like, imagine you get a call like that, how exciting it is. So the thing is, I didn't even apply for that thing. They just reach out, and things going to happen, and you won't even see it coming, because you don't have to control how it's going to happen in your life. You just got to attract it. You just got to be that person. And what I wanted to say is, when you're being that person for 30 minutes a day, it doesn't compensate for you being negative for the rest of the day. So let's say you go to your work, and your boss annoy you, and your clients annoy you, and your wife annoy you, and your situation annoy you, and your friends are negative, and then you start talk shitting, and then you're in traffic and you're talk shitting against people. Can we say that most of the day you're not being positive, and that most of the day you're having a negative thought? So how can we compensate? You can get friends that's going to support you. You can get friends that's going to remind you to be positive. You can get a community. You can go to a gym that you like and have people surrounding you that are in a good mindset. You can join business club. You can join business community, whatever you want. You can have a coach. So the thing is, you need to surround yourself and your environment with things that are going to make you win. And that is proven fact, guys, that you believe it or not, it won't change my life. I know it's working. That made me make millions of dollars. And everybody around me that is doing it is having amazing success. So trust me on that. You can watch Road to Abundance, the podcast. You can listen to it. I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to start posting again. I'm going to get back on social media. And I have a lot of plans for 2025 because now we're in 2024. I'm going to end the year strong with that 55-day challenge. But the reason I'm doing all that is to create the right habit and be in the right mindset. Because I know this for myself, and I don't know if you're like me, but let's say I start gaming, okay? For gaming, for me, has always been my my go-to when I'm not in my best mood, because my inner child likes to game. I've always been a gamer. I like to game. But what happened is all my thoughts every day is about gaming. So how to be better on the game, how to do this. And then I focus everything. I stop reading. I stop training. I stopped doing different stuff. For you, it could be alcohol. At some point of my life, it was sleeping with women. Whatever is your dark side, your go-to for self-destruction. Let's call it like that, okay? And I noticed that when I tend to start going on that path, I automatically start dropping good habits. So I stop reading book. I stop educating myself. I just start going on a loop. I start being more negative. And at some point, it's like I was with one of my really good friends, and we're in Vegas, and I'm coaching him now. And it was funny because we were like spending the day together. He's like, "God damn, Mike, you're fucking negative." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. I live with myself every day. Like, it just everything is bad right now. Like, and I know it's coming from me. I'm not blaming anybody. I know it's directly coming from me. But it was funny to hear it from him, that he noticed that everything I was saying that day was negative. So no wonder that money wasn't as good, that I wasn't feeling my best, that everything was going to shit, because I was just not feeling my best. And while I was negative, a lot of negative thing was happening to me. So when I started Enhans, the brand, God damn it, there was so many mistakes happening on the part of the company. Nothing that was in my control. But it's like all those vibration that I was pushing out, everything that I was projecting was creating those problems. So I was supposed to start the brand in May. I was supposed to receive my order in May. I ended up receiving my order in September. 1 month before I moved, I had to pay extra for shipping. Then I had to pay extra for the movers to move all those boxes to my house, to my new house in Austin. So lost another $1,000, $2,000 just for the box to be moved, because it takes a lot of space in a moving pod. So everything is a reflection of your state of mind. So because I was negative on a daily, a lot of negative thing was happening. It doesn't mean that when you're positive, nothing bad happened, but way less. And what happened is just a challenge for you to see what's like, how can I get better, and ask better question. And also when you're in a positive mindset and a positive state of mind, when something is happening, you're not reacting the same way. So when you're really negative, you're just responding. This is happening. You're like, everything is the end of the world. And I know I've been there multiple times in my life. Every time that I was a big change coming, every time that I needed to have some meditation, identity shifting, that I needed to push, there's going to be some dark time. There's going to be some time that you're not feeling your best. It's because transformation is happening, okay? So there's going to be some time that it's like that, and it's okay. And it won't always happen as fast as you want. But then I noticed for me, I know myself, guys. I know myself. I'm 33 years old now. I know how I react, how I produce, how I make money, how everything is working for me. I'm an extreme. Like, I'm extreme in everything. So I have to be fully committed to the game. I can't be distracted. I have to be fully aligned with my purpose until everything is good. Then I can start having some distraction. So if you're like me, then you want to find an environment that will fulfill that. So it can be like having the routine with the plunge, the sauna, the workout, find a gym partner, going to a gym that you like, finding a business community. Like, if I don't surround my mind and myself, and I don't immerse myself in all that, it's not working for me. And yesterday I did a powerful meditation. for like 3 hours, because I've been feeling really good since I moved to Austin almost 4 weeks ago now, let's say a month. And I really wanted to visualize where I'm going in life. That's another thing. You want to visualize your life. And I free flow in that meditation for 3 hours. And I was going to see what I wanted to build, what was aligning, what was not aligning with my life. What should I do on social media? Should I still keep coaching? If yes, how? What's going to happen with Enhans? Where do I take this? What is my next step with different businesses, venture? I had some opportunity with some stuff. So the thing is, like, you want to visualize, but you need foundation, which is your goal, your belief, your purpose. And let me give you a brief example of how important is identity and why this is what I coach and this is what I mastered. So I spent the last 17 years. I started that journey when I was 15. I saw The Secret and I started trying to manifest. And then my journey led me to reading a lot, then Tony Robbins, then so much more. Now I'm probably $500,000-$600,000 in investment and coaching. I did Tony Robbins Platinum, so all that thing. So I've seen so many coaching. I bought business coaching, $50,000 coaching. I went to $20,000 brain hacking program. Name it, I've done it. ClickFunnels stuff, I've done it. And I have friends in a lot of different mastermind, and I have a lot of successful friends around me. And the conclusion of everything that I saw is so the culmination of everything, I concluded that it goes to mindset and identity. You have to become the person that you want to be in order to have what you want to have, okay? So Mike Chabot that is broke is a certain Mike Chabot. Mike Chabot that makes 100,000 is a certain Mike Chabot. He has habits, he has a way of being. And Mike Chabot that makes $1 million is a certain Mike Chabot. And then 10 million, it's another identity. All those different versions of myself have different habits, different thoughts, different way of thinking, different like daily stuff that they're doing. Also happiness, family, the way that they behave with their wife, with their kid, in general, with their surrounding, okay? It's all different person. And I can see that I changed a lot, and that's when success started to came for me. Like that I really tremendously achieve the next milestone. And all my friends has been the same. It's when they evolve and they become that different version of themselves. So identity is the foundation. So when we're trying to go to the next level, and I know we often talking about money, and everybody online is talking about money. Money is just a quantitative number to represent something. So for you, when I say $1 million, it could be 100,000 and just be happy with your family. It doesn't need to be $1 million for everyone. We can talk about that later in the video, but let's just say that version of myself, if I want to achieve it, I need to understand who is that person and how is that person behaving on a daily. And in the book, Think and Grow Rich, he's creating something that is a console, okay? So a round table. And he's inviting person that he likes their attribute and their way of thinking for different stuff. So you could want to be like Tony Robbins for his work ethic. You could want to be like Joe Dispenza for his open mind and his spirituality. You could want to be like whoever you see that you like certain trait and that you're like, damn, I like this thing about this person. And you could create this identity of who you want to be based on what you see, or you could even invent yourself. And then you're going to make a list of what that person, what's their goal, what's their value, what's their purpose, what's that new identity that you want, okay? And now let's talk about why it's so important and why it's the most important thing. So I know a lot of people that coach. I know a lot of coach in the industry. I'll give you an example of Tanner that made 100 million. My wife made a lot of money. She coached hundreds of girls. And I have other coaches that I know that coached thousands of people that made millions of dollars. What all those clients of those people have in common? The information. They all receive and pay for the same coaching, okay? Everybody, when they're paying for the $10,000 program, they're receiving the $10,000 program information. So everybody's receiving the same information. And we are in an era of information. There's information everywhere. There's so many gurus online. There's everybody throwing you information, the new way to make millions of dollars, the new way of this. But why is not everybody a millionaire? Why is not everybody successful from that information? Why out of 100 million, let's say for Tanner, why out of $100 million produced, which mean probably 10,000 client, there's probably, don't quote my number, 5 millionaire, 10 at most. Like, I didn't see so many millionaire testimonial. And some people are making no money with the program. Some people are making 100,000. Some people are making 300,000. What is the difference? Well, the difference is the person behind the information. So I would argue to say that 80% of your success, if not more, is about your identity and who you are. And 20% is the information and what you do with it. Okay? And that's the reason why all those people that have the same information, they don't get all the same result. Because some people have better habits, some people have different goals, some people have they do different stuff on a daily basis. So they all have the same information. And I've been there. I had those courses. I tried them. And in the past, it didn't work at some point in my life because I wasn't that person. I was just not doing what was supposed to be done. And now, with less information, I could be more successful just for that reason. So what you want at first is to change who you are. And if you don't want to hire a coach, if you don't want to work with me, it's all good. But make sure that you do those steps and that you read some book and you find information in order to change your identity and do it the right way. And one thing I can tell you, because I've been in Tony Robbins Mastermind, the Platinum, it was $140,000 a year. I coached someone that went to the exact program, and in 12 weeks, I changed their life way more. And the reason why is because they add all the information. We receive so much information. You can go to Business Mastery. You basically have all the events. You go to Tony Robbins' house. You do everything, right? You even go on a trip. We went on a safari in Africa. But nobody is helping you to assimilate or do something with that content or be the person that's going to actually use that content. So that was one of the main issue with the guy. He paid 100-something thousand, and at the end, he had no change or barely any change. Because he was the same person at the beginning of the Tony, and at the end, he just had way more information. And at some point, even for me, there's so much information that is being thrown at you that is hard to utilize. And I have all the books, I have everything. I took notes, but it's so much. It was an event every month. It was like, we're just being thrown so much information that it's not really useful. Like, that's how I felt. I didn't feel like I paid and I got my money worth. Like, at some point, maybe, if it's always an investment, but working one-on-one, which is what they promised me, that's why I signed up. And then at the end, that's why I left the program, because there was no one-on-one working. And I know it's not working if you're not doing one-on-one. If you're not, or Zoom, or that you're a close circle group, or that you can ask question. It was just not like that. Like, just being tossed information won't really make you successful. And you buying a course won't necessarily make you successful. So yes, you can start working on yourself depending on your financial situation. So at some point, let's say I bought a course, I started doing it myself. And when I was ready, I hired a coach. And then you can hire whoever you want, but make sure that you work on yourself. And I came here just to tell you that was the situation that happened with me. I disappeared from social media, and I just needed a break from everything. If I wanted to come back and really help people, which I truly want, it's my purpose to help people optimize their life. I have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of experience, and I'm a really good coach, and I know what I'm doing in biohacking, optimization for the brain, for the body, for breath work, for everything. I've been studying for so many years. So the thing is, like, how can I serve best people and be my best self? And if I don't feel my best, I didn't want to coach. And after being so long on social media, if you do social media, you know what I'm talking about. it consumes your brain. It's just, I needed a break because you have to post story every day, you have to post video, you have to always be on. And I just needed a rest, and I got a beautiful daughter in the meantime, and I wanted to be 100% dedicated to her while she was at the beginning, because I know how important it is to mold her subconscious mind, her brain, give her the maximum love and attention so she feel love. And if you're a parent out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a dad, it's also very demanding on your mind. Being a mom is very demanding, but being a dad, we are the provider, we are the protector of the family, and we want the best for a kid. So our brain is working nonstop on a daily to give the best and make the best life for a kid. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy. I hope you can relate to the situation. There's also my book. It's called The Book of Hakeem. Just gonna show you. I didn't really promote it so much because I was off social media, but I published it last year, in the last 8-9 months that I was not on social media. So this book is a journey, is a story like The Alchemist vibe. If you want to read a good book, if you want to relate, if you want to have emotional connection and relate like to the message I'm just telling you, read the book. It's going to change your life, I can guarantee. And if you have any question, you feel free to reach out to me. But I'm back. We're going to start posting again the podcast, give free value, get amazing guests as usual. And on social media, I'm going to go live on TikTok. You can join me there if you have questions, if you want to talk about relationship, anything you want. And if you want to be coach, if you want something more personal, I do offer it. And I have the Men's Elite Society that is coming. It's a community that I'm building right now. I'll be talking about business, social media, branding, everything that has to do with being a good dad, a good person, mindset, productivity. So it's all going to be in the community. And on that note, I hope you enjoy the podcast. If you have any question, reach out to me. But that was the life update. And yeah, today it was just vibing. I will see you in the next episode, and I wish you a beautiful day.